Dark side of the stream, Mike the Intern and Jay Stevens. Watching documentaries so you don't have to. 104.7 The Cave.
104.7 The Cave, Mike the Intern, Jay Stevens back. Dark Side of the Stream, episode 286 this week was Jay's pick about another cruise ship disaster, which is hilarious to me because for multiple times now, I don't know how many, but you've done multiple cruise ship disasters, and this guy goes on cruise ships.
I go,
at least, I was going to say 3 or 4 times a year.
Yeah.
And he's also deathly afraid of heights, so he picks a documentary about that. I just don't know why you like to. What is it?
I don't know, but this sure was a crazy one. You don't think these modern ships are going to crash, but this one sure did.
Well, as long as you follow the protocol, they don't crash.
This dude did not.
If you're an idiot,
how do you think you're going to go close?
If you're an idiot, then you're going to crash. Then you're going to crash it.
And then the denial and oh my gosh, man.
Well, I mean, you're talking about millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in just the craft itself.
Yes.
But then if you're looking at it from like an insurance standpoint,
can you imagine
the amount of life on board?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And the workers and the gear inside of it, not just the ship, like the DJ equipment, the stoves, the air conditioning units, the TVs in every
room. Alcohol.
All that stuff. I don't think the booze is going to cost that much to the insurance company. There's a lot involved. But this documentary on Netflix called Shipwrecked Nightmare at Sea discusses the 2012 sinking of the Castle Concordia, which I think we all remember the meme of the ship
on its side,
basically like Titanic style, right?
Yeah.
And that made sense to me. I guess the first thing is like, do you ever feel like that's because your cruises are all Mediterranean, or not Mediterranean, Caribbean.
Caribbean,
Mediterranean,
Caribbean mostly. Yeah.
So it's a little bit more difficult, I think, to
crash
because of you have a lot of space to move.
It just sure seems like these guys have this set path they're going on. I mean, every week, like.
It's just like a commercial pilot.
Seems like the kinks are worked out. You know
just
what I'm
like a commercial pilot that gets up in Seattle, flies all the way to Houston, flies all the way back, and goes home and gets to bed, and that's
more the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But man, this one, I mean, you think about it when you first get on the boat. You think about Titanic, right? And you're like, and we'll do it a lot. We'll get up there and I'll be like, what would you do if this thing started going down? So we kind of like game plan a little.
You need. So what's Jay Stevens' game plan?
Well, I would definitely not be inside on those lower decks, like there your dining room and all this. I'd be out in the top deck for sure, and then figure out which way it's going. The caveat though was when it tipped and they were trying to go on lifeboats on the wrong side of the boat, bro.
They got too high up. That whole chaos. Because again, we'll get into how that happened because they definitely talk about that.
This documentary is so stressful to watch because you like. You maybe you put yourself in their shoes, but it's all like hand camera.
It's all in real.
Footage.
It's in real time.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's pretty intense.
And it shows you how fast. It shows you how fast that stuff can go down. You know what I mean? Like it's not like it's not like you have time. Like you hear about ships where they had enough time to get everyone off, and then they got to watch it go down and stuff. It can be a matter of minutes depending on how bad the crash.
Yeah, it was pretty nuts.
And it all really started with a captain wanting to show off.
Right, like,
and also, I thought it was relevant because in this situation, it went bad, right, and there was hell to pay for everyone involved, the company, the staff, and there was shift of blame, all that, and we'll get into that. But what I wanted to bring up too is those two most recent incidences with other ships, not ships, but airplanes and or helicopters. More recently, where that one guy did the Black Hawk flyby by Kid Rock's house, and then those Blue Angels that did the dive over the beach and just blew everything up, right?
Oh.
Like, everything luckily was okay.
But could have
easily if it had turned bad, and like in this situation where this guy may have done this 10 times, 1,000 times, and was like, oh, hell yeah, what's that to me? Just like the guy's doing that. But it luckily turned out okay. How many times in your life where you had a situation like this where you're showing off where you're like, oh man, I made it? and it didn't make it.
Yeah.
But also, we weren't driving a cruise ship.
Yeah.
We'll be back to talk about how this thing went down. It's Shipwrecked, Dark Side of the Stream on 104.7 The Cave.
Dark side of the stream, Mike the Intern and Jay Stevens, watching documentaries so you don't have to. 104.7 The Cave.
Dark Side of the Stream on 104.7 The Cave, episode 286. Mike the Intern, Jay Stevens, and we're discussing the documentary on Netflix, Shipwrecked, Nightmare at Sea. So back to 2012, there's like 4,000 people on this cruise ship. So it's not like a Jewel of the Seas type where it's like,
there's nowadays these mega ships are they're like 10,000 people.
Yeah, and they can't. I don't really even think that size of a ship really could safely go around the Mediterranean like that. I think at their smaller scale for that reason. But basically, the captain in his
some homie.
He basically tried to scapegoat the helmsman on all this at first, which I thought was just a.
There was a lot.
God,
of
it was like, dude, this is all you, bro. So the captain basically wants to do a sail-by salute to this island that the ship's maitre d' and a former captain lives on, and just to show off, and basically clips it.
Gets a little too close, hits the rocks.
And at first, they tried to make it sound like, because I remember when it happened, like at first it was like, oh, there was a navigational error or something happened. Helmsman gets the blame.
Well, I know there was one time when he said something and this guy said the other thing. It's like, no, there was confusion there, but still, why take any risks at all when you're driving a cruise ship, dude? Or any boat.
Or anything like that.
No.
The blame was something I want to talk about because the company, one of the other problems about this and why things just went to strict chaos was because the company that ran this ship before this, to cut costs, started hiring international workers. A lot of people that couldn't speak English.
Less skilled workers.
And so at first, the thought was like he was saying in English and Italian, and the helmsman was in Indonesian. They couldn't understand each other. But then when you figured out what was going on, it was just the captain being
To me,
an
I
idiot.
feel like it was all on the captain.
Oh, 1,000%.
But
also, it was twofold. The captain's stupidity then exposes the cost cutting and the hiring of lower tier staff on the ship that really weren't in any capability, like no training, no like
people were getting promoted too fast.
You probably had a better plan of what you just described to get off a cruise ship than the people working on that.
That's the thing
cruise
is there
ship.
was so much mass panic, and like in situations like that, it's really important to not panic, to like think clearly, and people like the crew was like, no, just stay seated, it's going to be okay. No, man, do not. It was just very poor communication of what was going on. They tried to hide what was going on for a long time, it seemed like, right?
Yeah.
No, there's no problem here, we're good, it's like, dude, there's a big problem right here.
Huge problem.
Yeah, your ship is going down.
Huge problem. And they actually have had some audio of
that was the coolest part.
What the captain actually did during this whole process after he caused the wrecks. And we'll talk about that next. Dark Side of the Stream on 104.7 The Cave.
Dark side of the stream, Mike the Intern and Jay Stevens, watching documentaries so you don't have to. 104.7 The Cave.
Jay Stevens, Mike the Intern, back in the studio. It's episode 286, Dark Side of the Stream on 104.7 The Cave, Shipwrecked, Nightmare at Sea. So we were discussing the captain crashes the ship. He's an idiot. Shouldn't have been doing that to begin with, but he does it anyway.
You
would think that, and also in the aftermath, then tries to put it on the fact that the helmsman was involved because he couldn't understand what he was saying, which again, BS. In addition to all of those things, something else he did, which I thought was hilarious, was he's like one of the first guys on a life raft off the ship.
Yeah, sketchy.
And
Captain's supposed to go down with the ship. He's supposed to be the last guy off.
Always. And he was like one of the first guys off, and they actually have audio of the Italian Coast Guard screaming at him,
say, we're overriding
you better get back on that ship
on.
right now, which I thought was hilarious and gave him the nickname Captain Coward.
Yeah, it's fitting.
Because he is a coward.
It's fitting. And just the chaos for the lifeboats, like once everybody kind of figured out what was going on, it just turned into some sheer madness. The good news of it all is if you were to be there trying to get on a lifeboat and looking, they were very close to shore. Obviously, they hit the rocks. I think you could have just made that swim, you know?
They were, I mean, they were basically in
swim.
a bay. So
Yeah.
now, granted, don't ever assume that, because there have been many times in my life where I've been out
And you
in
go,
the
that's not
ocean,
too far.
and you're up on a resort, and you look and you go, dude, there's sandbar out there. Sandbar. Let's go out there.
Next thing you're
Looking
huffing.
up there and then getting out there and being there, it's not even close. And if you're not a strong swimmer and you don't know what the hell you're doing and you go out in the ocean and get in that current, man, good luck to you. That's how people drown. And you know, you surf, dude. You know that.
I've been stuck
I do.
in some hairy spots,
It takes you down. I don't care how good of a swim you are.
Hairy spots.
If you get turned upside down and that thing pulls you, like, people don't really realize.
Or
They
even
think-
just a riptide, dude. It's
that's
hard
what I'm
to
saying.
swim,
Like,
dude.
people think that it's just the ocean. That's why I'm like so overcritical of water with all the floating and stuff that we do. Like, yeah, you look, it's nice and peaceful. That thing will kill you. You die in an inch of water, man. But anyway, something else that was also brought to light in the middle of this fiasco was that the guy was having an extramarital affair and brought his lover on the boat.
The captain?
The captain.
I missed that. How did I miss
So,
that?
Because they didn't put it in the documentary.
Yo, what?
So he brought Dominika Simoritan or
sounds like a hot
She was
Italian.
a 25 Moldovan dancer
Oh, my God.
who was aboard the ship as an unregistered, non-paying guest, and then was on the bridge with the captain when this all went down.
How is this not in the documentary?
I don't know. I really don't know why they did. Maybe they ran out of time. But
Oh,
she
that's
being on the
outrageous.
bridge obviously contributed to the lack of calm thought process in a emergency situation. Like calming down and saying, okay.
Wow.
Gotta think.
Wow.
So
But the boat, started turning on its side more and more and more. And so at this point, like you're going to the higher side. That wasn't the way to go. Then they're having to slide. The story with the little kid, I thought for sure the kid was a goner. Like, oh, bro.
all in all, unfortunately, and then we've been making jokes, but it's never good to make light of something where 32 people died.
Trapped
32 people died on a
But
cruise
this-
ship in the Mediterranean just because the
This tells
captain
some
wanted
cool
to show off. his-
rescue stories though on this one. Shout out for those divers, right? That didn't give up.
Divers, Coast Guard, all those dudes were top notch.
Came in
you guys
clutch.
got good. You guys got a good
Came in
fleet.
clutch.
They did a great job. But like I said, 32 people lost their lives because of this. And I think part of the reason why they didn't include the girlfriend thing is because you could make a case where he's just trying to show off for the chick he was banging on the side,
Dude,
and that makes
I
it
can't-
all make sense then.
I can't believe
Because
they didn't put
it's
that in the
easier for him to
documentary.
claim. You see at every level where he admits something, but it's not totally the truth. It's just
Yeah,
a lesser of
he
the
just looks like a
evil.
shifty guy
And
too.
then the next time it's like, well, then actually, but so I honestly believe that he did this to impress that girl. The whole we did it for the captain on the island story is BS because it makes it sound like he was, I'm going to show off for another guy and it went bad and I'm sorry, instead of there was this hot 25 Moldovan dancer on the bridge and I wanted to show off and then I screwed it up and then oh my God.
Dude,
Oh my God.
I can't
I'm going to get
believe it.
caught banging this chick and I just killed 32 people. What in the hell? Another reason I buy all-inclusive resorts and never get on cruise ships because
well, I
there's
got
always...
two cruises booked coming up.
Yeah,
So
well, you're either going to be a...
let's hope this captain doesn't
hopefully you're-
bang girls on the
hopefully you
side.
ain't swimming
Well,
in a
I don't care if he
toilet.
bangs girls on the side, but just don't crash the ship, dude.
Yeah, well, it's one or the other. Either way, we'll come back and get this our review next. Dark Side of the Stream on 104.7 The Cave.
Dark side of the stream, Mike the Intern and Jay Stevens. Watching documentaries so you don't have to. 104.7 The Cave.
Mike the Intern, Jay Stevens back in the studio one more time. It is Dark Side of the Stream, episode 286 this week at Jay's Pick, Shipwrecked, Nightmare at Sea. So what are you going to give it?
I'm giving it, I think, a solid 4.5, possibly 5, because it stressed me out so much just watching it. I could only imagine being there, how crazy it would have been.
And again, that's why I wanted to bring that up in the very beginning about how you keep picking these shows and documentaries that are like the thing you're most scared of or that you do all the time.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like, why are you...
So if something happens and one of these ships goes down and I die, you make sure you tell this story that he must have known it was coming.
We need to get ourselves a living,
Maldivian
breathing
girl
will or something, because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people in your life that come out of the woodwork
Saying,
that are going to want to lay claim to that.
they want my empire of dirt. They all want my empire of dirt.
To argue, and I won't. I'll be like, look, he told me, but I don't. As much as I want to tell you or help you, it's like one of those things.
What'd you rate this one?
I'd say 3.5, 4. It wasn't bad. It was definitely an interesting look at another reason why in the world I would never in the rest of my life ever get on a cruise ship.
Let's go, baby. It's so
It's the
fun. It's the
stupidest thing in the
best way to
world.
travel.
It's so
Best way to
stupid.
travel.
I traveled to a resort and I lived there and I experienced the whole thing.
I
It's
like
just
that.
crazy. It's
I
crazy.
got a lot going on.
I know. But
What are we watching next?
I was actually just trying to find that out, and it looks like there is. Have we done a toxic love story?
Nope, I'm gonna watch it. I want to watch it, so perfect.
A
Toxic Love Story on
US
Netflix.
Marshal, his new wife, and his former girlfriend in a twisted true crime documentary.
That's what we like.
Just another.
Sounds like another situation
coulda
I could
happened
find
today?
myself in. Listen to this.
I know. Oh, it's toxic chicks. Yep. Cruise
Check.
shits. Yep.
Check.
Heights.
Marshalls. Check.
As always, you can watch us do this Thursday, 9 a.m. or 6 p.m. on YouTube, Facebook. That's when we play it during our show. You can always download it for free as a podcast on our 104.7 The Cave app. As always, I'm Mike the Intern. That's Jay Stevens reminding you.
We watch documentaries,
movies, so you don't have to. It
to.
starts out the stream on 104.7 The Cave.